everybody, and welcome back to the third hour of Let the Dice Roll. Okay, hey everybody. You are left into the temple.
Oh, hey girl!
You are left into the temple. You guys have gotten past and now are initiates of the temple at the crossing. You have 7 days to rest, so you can do a full rest if you wish to. Also, in the 8th day, Guts, the person who organized all these tests, has given you a task to meet him 1 day's journey west of here and board a boat to go and kill a baby kraken on your own, so you can rule out the mother, so he can take out the mother himself.
It's like Monhan.
Yeah, he's crazy. Also, I would like to find stuff to repel poisons.
Okay, so yeah, the Temple at the Crossing is a very popular place in a way. Especially when the tests come, there's hundreds of people coming here, thousands of merchants traveling. So outside of the temple, there's quite a small town. So you are able to find things if you wanna do shopping of any kind. Also, becoming adepts at a Temple at the Crossing, you all receive a badge.
Oh.
So you can put that on your inventory.
Hooray.
So we have a badge.
You have a small badge, yes.
Which gym was this again?
This is a badge attesting to the fact that you are a adept at the Temple of the Crossing.
Are we adepts or initiates?
Sorry, initiates, not adept. Wrong word.
Where's even my goddamn...
You can put it into your inventory wherever you want. It should be just a good way of writing it down somewhere.
I just don't see a place to put it.
It's under equipment.
Yeah, you can put it in equipment. You can put it wherever you want.
Yeah, that's where I'm putting it.
So we got like 7 days.
You've got... you
7
basically, yeah,
days.
you have 7 days to rest. And after that, if you want to take the quest that Guts gave you, you can. If not, you can search for your own.
Really?
Okay, for the first 3 days, Sarah wakes up with night terrors just screaming, "Rock!"
And then
Okay. So, if anyone wants to do shopping, let's
kind
do
of is
that.
ready at hand with some chillum for her whenever she wakes up with night terrors.
So you basically wake up and then like there's a hand with a pipe already ready and lights it to the side already. It's like, yeah.
Oh,
No, I have like a mage hand like holding it for you. It's already ready.
Can I do an Arcana check on this sea?
Can you do an Arcana check on what? Sorry?
The sea that we're going to?
So you're going to the Northern Sea. The Temple of the Crossing has the biggest library in the world. You can attempt to find more information there. There's not necessarily... You can roll me an Arcana check, yes. It will give you some information. But
Biggest library in the world. Hold up, son.
Yes.
I am gonna go hang out there.
I mean, Lumi's from the Northern Sea.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think Rumi would know about this? If it makes sense to back to you.
mainly how to defeat a kraken.
Krakens are like you've heard about krakens. Like, krakens are things that exist in the Northern Sea. Usually they're big threats. Okay, they're monsters. They're as dangerous, even more dangerous than dragons. But at the same time, they're not world threatening. Like it's basically something you want to avoid. They're very obvious where they are, so people just usually avoid them.
So they don't travel very much?
The krakens usually don't travel very much, no. They have their own hunting spots. They're very territorial creatures.
Who is getting eaten by these krakens?
The sailors, yeah, the idiot sailors that attempt to go. There are other krakens who attempt to steal their territory.
So I like the krakens because they kill poachers.
In a way, yes. But
I mean,
you know,
they also eat all the seals.
Yeah, at the same time.
Seals aren't stupid.
At the same time, you
Well,
know.
if you're in the area, I mean.
Yeah, at the same time, you know that you like him because he kills bad guys, but at the same time, if you were there, he would kill you. Or if your family was there, they would kill them. So it's more.
Yeah, I don't take it personally.
Yeah, exactly. It's more like a nature thing. But when given the information of
The circle of life, Chucky.
it's the circle of life, exactly. But when given the information of becoming
Hakuna
a Titan,
Matata.
that means that something bad has happened. Titans are not just made like that. They're usually creatures that are created. There have been Titans around the world. If we were to jump to the... let me see where the word map is. And I will be able to show you what happened the last time a Titan attempted to show his full power. Just give it a second. This is quite a big map to load.
Okay.
But over on in here, you'll be able to see above the mountains of Durham the aftershocks of the first Titan who ever reached the apex of his power.
Cleave that text.
That no, the apex of his power. Basically, that Titan was not dealt with, and he caused that part of the continent over there. He caused it to crack almost in two. And that's how it looks like now. It's just a wasteland of jagged spires and peaks.
Great.
Can I figure out what krakens in this area are weak to?
Yes, you can attempt to do
Cut
that.
off their legs.
You can attempt to do that because
Sizzle on a grill.
you can go to the library and investigate there. So for everybody that's researching stuff, basically you have 7 days. Okay, so you can rest for 7 days and have a long rest, which will recover your hit dice and so on. But that also means you have some actions you can do kind of in between. So you tell me if you want to do anything else besides researching, and so on. So if you research, you can give me an intelligence check.
Yes, I would like to research. Definitely.
Anybody who researches, you can give me an intelligence check.
All right.
Is that any?
You can use your investigation. If you have proficient in investigation, you can add that.
Oh.
Is that any research at all, or just if you spend your entire time doing research?
No, you tell me any research. Like I research the weakness of krakens. I research krakens themselves. Anything will give you more information. Like for example, if you research krakens, you might know something more about what they eat, where their wares are, known krakens, and so on. If you research the weakness.
My character sheet's messed up.
Rumi, you
Add 3 to mine.
Can
I don't know why it's doing
research
that.
multiple things?
yes. What do you want to research?
That first one's for just like krakens.
Yeah. So that's kraken's weakness. I think that's why you declared the first time. Cool.
That second one is because I have been on land for so long now. What can I do in the water as a seal again?
That's a natural 20. So
So I should use it on something better.
not exactly sure. What would
It's
you
like
be-
riding a bike.
What
know.
would you
You can do
be able-
everything in the ocean.
You can become a kraken.
I believe when you go in the ocean and if you turn to the form of a seal, you'd be quite fast. You'd be able to use your spells in seal form, I believe. Besides
Nice.
that, I don't know what to give you
How
more.
big are you in seal form? Like, could I ride you?
I think you are right.
We always go back to this, riding me into battle.
I know. It's a dream of
Everyone
mine.
aboard.
I've always had it.
Oh, baby.
Can
I'm also going to buy a saddle.
can I be ridden?
Custom tailor-made seal saddle.
Yeah.
A seal duel.
Okay. Anybody else want to do
It even
anything
has,
else?
like, in the gravement with Lumi's name on it.
Well, I'm just
Lovely.
saying.
Can we go to the
I'm-
races after?
Which races? Wait, against who?
The
Porpoises.
kraken? I don't know.
When we tame the kraken.
We'll tire it
Oh
out.
my god, can we tame the Kraken? This is even better! Ah!
Okay.
This,
I-
my
I,
other character, Ruby, would totally try to tame it.
I'm a monk in a monk temple. So, like, what do I get?
What do you want to do? What do you want to do?
Wait,
Wait,
can I,
what?
For being here.
What do they have for monks now?
Yo,
This monk
I'm
temple.
in this
Can I-
library. What do I get?
can I backtrack really quickly?
I'm
What
not
was
in the
the weakness
library.
of-
I
You
would
need
just
to
be
tell-
like,
You need to give me specific things that you do.
Well, I figure there's a reason I came here for like monk reasons.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause
You're not attempted.
Just
You
monk
are
things.
not.
I'm sure there's
Hashtag just monk things.
so I'm sure they have like some secret technique, or like maybe some like
Secret Kraken
Thing I could,
battling technique. That's
no.
what I'm-
You
that's
guys
what
are
I'm
all
looking
worried about the
for,
Kraken.
is
That's the
that-
difference.
I know we're
I'm
just
not-
fucking with you bae.
Lisa's like, you guys deal with that. I'm gonna go get strong, and like maybe it's
I'm
like
gonna go get my flex on.
maybe I find something for my palm that just like sends him 15 more.
Well,
feet.
that's something you do in your own privacy.
Yeah.
Damn.
knows?
You attempt to basically join the training in the temple. There are very few places you're actually allowed as a not an
Initiate.
an initiate. Initiate of the temple are not around in most of the places, especially there where there's training. But roll me a 1d20. Basically, this is gonna be like a luck roll. I want to see if you manage to see something or notice something.
Just a 1d20, huh?
Just wondering for the moment. I might, if you're lucky enough.
I
You
think
are.
I see it.
You
It's
are
all
lucky
right.
enough.
Fire.
So this is what happens. Yeah, that's
Jeez.
funny. I'll give you. So this is what happens. You actually manage to sneak into a room while a master is teaching one of the adepts. Not the initiates, one of the adepts, the one
Such
who
a
already passed the
creeper.
quest. He tells him this: everything around you has power. Everything has life force and awe. And he does this suddenly with his arm. Give me a perception check for you.
Don't test my luck. Fuck, man! I just got a 20.
I know you're in here. You're not supposed to be in here. Give me a perception check. This is very
You
simple for you.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, so the master looks like your ex-boyfriend.
You look around.
Oh my God,
you don't
yes.
notice anything around the other guy, but on the master, you see like a small whitish aura going on his arm. It's very familiar to you, and he says, "Everybody has this power inside of them, but most have not yet awakened it. Now, as an adept, I shall show you how to wake this power within you. This is a very dangerous process, and only those ready for it can attempt it. This might give you incredible power, or it might kill you on the spot.
Oh,
A way to do it
Lovely.
is now that you have knowledge of it, which is the first thing needed in the process, is to find deep within you. What is it that drives you to go on with your life? What is your passion? What is your innermost emotion that pushes you on your journey of life? This power is heavily influenced by emotions. Your state of being is going to determine if you manage to take out the power and use it. But also, every aura has a different special power, and that's decided by each person in particular. And yeah, you manage to sneak out without these guys seeing you. You hear all of that.
Well, my passion is beating the shit out of people who look like my ex-boyfriend.
You kind of feel that emotion is weak. It's not strong enough. It's kind of like it's like a veil that you put on something.
Have you seen Lisa look at a guy who looks like her ex-boyfriend though, Chucky?
Yes, but at the same time, it's not. It's not a thing. It's like you're scratching the surface with that.
All right, well, I'll have to think about it for a day before I find the emotion, or maybe more than a day.
Okay.
Are you going to let the hate flow through you?
What,
Yeah.
A bit?
what does
Can I-
everybody else do?
Can I research a couple more things too?
I shoot stuff.
I say you can research one thing every 2 days. So you've
three
researched
things.
2. You can do one more.
Do I research? Can I research on the first day, or I see it takes 2 days to do the research?
Yeah. So you can research one more thing. before
What
you
was
two
the
guys
weakness I got about the Kraken?
It seems like a Kraken's weakness is that after it uses its... Now, again, this is for the Krakens that are small enough to be actually observed without the risk of the researchers dying horrible deaths, as is it most times when going up against a Kraken. So on the smaller Krakens, it seems that when it uses its ink sac to try and blind the enemies it's fighting to gain the advantage, it leaves a basically a very easy shot now where the ink is coming from. Where the ink is coming from, you can shoot in that place of tender skin that has absolutely no armor to it, and it would take a lot more damage than normal.
Where is that? What body structure is the ink coming from?
Well, from the sack on his back. Have you seen a Kraken before? Like, as in real life, have you ever seen a
In real
depiction
life.
of a Kraken? Do like
Oh yeah,
occupy?
something like that.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Like a,
You
like
know,
basically
that's
like-
what Keelan does with
yeah.
her life.
They're
She's
basically- they're
also
basically
part-time
occupy-
Kraken Slayer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I mean, she's a streamer. I
By
expected
Kraken
that.
Slayer, I mean like the bottle of rum. Calm down, guys.
I get subs.
So a Kraken in itself is very long, not necessarily big. He's like a lot longer than he is big. It has major, like a lot of tentacles going out of his main body. He has a head, and the shape of an arrow going kind of up. That's like almost the biggest. It's like half the length of the tentacles themselves. It has eyes on that on that head. The tentacles themselves, on the research that you got, is that they seem to be growing very fast, and they started manifesting magical powers by the end of the research that was done on this Kraken, and at that point it was too dangerous to continue on. And it seems like the ink itself comes in between where his mouth is. That's in between the tentacles in the middle.
Did I get any information on elemental weaknesses?
No. You do know that you cannot frighten or paralyze a Kraken, and it also immune to lightning, bludgeoning, piercing, or slashing damage from non-magical weapons.
And
But
Did
that is
I get, like,
only,
how much
that is
HP it
only,
has?
No, that's not a thing in real life, or in D&D. Nothing has an HP. They're very sturdy. They're not they're not that hard to hit.
if you
Usually.
could compare it to like a group of rats, how many rats would you have to slay?
no,
to-
no, Kate.
Like
It doesn't work like that.
50 rats.
Yeah, if it's 50 rats, we can do it.
It doesn't work like that. No. Depending on his size, usually only Titans have the damage immunities. So you're
Oh,
not
wait, we're doing
exactly
a
sure.
baby Kraken, so it'll have less HP. I was thinking like a normal Kraken. Normal Krakens are like... But this is like out of character knowledge.
Yeah.
My character wouldn't know this. It's like 300 HP, but it's, you know... I've had Krakens before. I know how it works. Kraken life.
I've laid in bed. with a couple
I guess the
crackers.
third thing that I wanted to research was just like what else in the water in that area could harm us. It's like anything unexpected.
Krakens are extremely territorial predators. Usually,
Oh, that's right.
orcas, sharks, and so on avoid that place.
Is that my third thing I researched?
That's. I mean, you haven't told me what the third thing you've researched is. You've told me that you researched Krakens, and that's the information you get from Krakens.
Oh, okay. So I still have a third.
You still have a third if you want to use it.
All right, I'll think about it.
Cool. Anybody else
Racing.
want to do anything else?
I'm going to spend the first 2 days praying, or mix it up at least. So I'm doing like prayer and investigation, like mixed in for like 2 or 3 days or whatever.
Yep.
Did you say that they were immune to non-magical weapons?
That's when they get to the level of Titan. The small ones do not have that property.
Can I research the use of magic against them? About how like potent that is?
Yes, you can. You want me to check?
Oh, was it intelligence? Was it?
You can use investigation if you have investigation as a proficiency. If not, just intelligence.
I do not. What is my intelligence? Okay, a 0. Cool.
You don't find any relevant information. You are distracted by what seem to be books that are, instead of having word, that have pictures. And the characters in the pictures have little speech bubbles. And stuff happens in like little squares along.
Can I, in the rest of the time, can I reattempt that, or do I just have to accept like
no,
I didn't find it? Move on.
You can attempt. You can continue your research. Yeah, this is not a skill. You can continue. You can do 2 more checks.
I will.
Sorry, 1 more because you said the first 2 days you spent playing.
Yep. Well, yeah, roughly that. It would even out to that in the end. Yeah, I want to keep on going with magical weapons. I want to know if what types of magic work against them, and like just because I'm assuming we're sharing this knowledge we've all learned, and if Lumi has picked up the fact that the Titans are weak to magical weapons, and not standard weapons, I want to know how effective it is on babies. So I guess I just keep on going and do it again.
Do it.
Hey.
Actually, there is something that has proved wildly effective against Krakens, against Titans, and you would assume that's a lot more effective against baby Krakens. It's only one event that was cataloged about a couple thousand years ago, so it's not well known, and definitely not necessarily that's trustworthy, but it says in a broken up common, like an ancient common. Think about the medieval English aspect of like medieval common. That wildfire is effective against Krakens.
Wildfire being a spell of some kind, or is it just fire?
You don't know what wildfire is.
Okay.
It's only been told that it's wildfire.
So take it to
my hair.
California, stick it in the forest.
Yeah.
This whole time, I keep asking members of the party if they'll put this apple on their head, and I try and shoot it off. Well, it'll be important and stuff.
I'll do it. The fuck's an arrow going to do to me? I'll also
So you guys all sharing this information with the rest of the group then?
Yes.
I get a lot of anxiety when I see arrows.
So you see her kind of like sweating for a bit, like when she sees arrows. It just happens for a second. It just goes away.
I think it's the apple, so I assume that Lumi's scared of apples. I take a mental note of that.
I don't know. Was the roll to make sure you hit the apple? Because I think you did it. And
Yeah, I was going for the apple.
You hit the apple. You hit the apple and not his face.
I don't know what that means, but congrats.
All right. So I rolled a 17 a while ago. Like, I think I was the first person to roll. Whenever you told us to roll for intelligence checks, whenever we wanted to go.
What do you want?
So I definitely wanted to go to the library. I think he would spend quite a bit of time there, smoking his chillum, researching some stuff. So Kraken combat techniques.
Perfect. Okay, that's a 17. That's enough to tell you that usually Krakens attempt to go beneath a ship or attempt to basically confuse their targets before they attack. Krakens would wait for benefic weather patterns before they attacked. And usually they try and damage the ships from afar before coming in and destroying it completely and eating the people inside.
Okay.
You just rolled crit success and crit fail one after the other.
I know, it's my life.
But you shouldn't do it before you declare what you're researching on. But
I had it in a row, so already written down. I'm not going to cheat. So my next one was Ink Poisons and Brewery Study, and my next one was Scrolls of Wildfire, which I guess probably did not do
Okay,
very
so give me the first one, the 21.
That's Ink Poisons and Brewery Study. I won't cheat. That's the order that I had it in. Otherwise, I would totally do the Wildfire first.
So Ink Poison.
Because I have a brewing supplies and stuff like that. Something that I do.
Yeah, so you can do poisons. You can definitely.
Well, I want it because I know that they have ink poison, right? Like, so I wanted to study there and find like a
Yeah, definitely.
brew that would like contradict it.
I'll give you the exact thing as that's 20. That's definitely. So basically, this only works underwater. The Krakens sometimes use it when the ships are too big to try and damage the hull so bad that the ship starts sinking. So if usually ships that are too big, octopi just go very deep underneath water. They wait until the ship stops, and then they use their ink to surround the ship in this, and will basically just erode the ship itself. And how you want to repel it? Well, there is a way to repel it. If on the inside of the ship, and I mean you find this out because there are several accounts of Northerners traveling with their ships, with making
Northerners up
Yes.
north.
making extremely big ships as to frighten the smaller Krakens. The way to do it is to use on the bottom of the ship, so like the like the bit that is touching the water, use a special extract out of a white arc tree. So it's basically a coating for the wood itself that would make the acid not affect it.
You gotta find that white
Was
arc
that a
tree.
white oak tree?
White arc tree.
Arc.
Yes.
My arrows are made of that. Did I mention that's what I might have forgot to mention.
And you also know that a strong current disperses the crowd. So if you have any type of weather control spells, you could be able to use strong currents to disperse the crowd itself.
People who may pay attention.
And then the 9, which is bad, critical fail, was for the scroll of wildfire. I wanted to study it.
You believe wildfire seems to just be like a generic alchemist fire. Nothing special about it.
You think it's a punk band from the 60s?
Okay,
It's terrible.
go on. So,
I'm like an old wizard and I don't know jack shit.
But you think
I'd also like to go get more chillum. Because
yeah, you can definitely
probably
do
need some more of that. And I guess imbue my weapon.
that. What do you want to imbue your weapon with?
I don't know. I'd love to talk to somebody and see what they have available.
Are you looking for are you looking for something specific? For example, are you looking for poison of some kind?
No.
Then what are you looking for specifically? There are oils that can help you. If you walk into any of the magic shops, they're like oil of magic weapon that would temporarily turn your weapon to be magical. There's a couple of other oils, but those are extremely expensive. One oil that's about, I believe, 300 gold. Yes, it is 350 gold. It's called the oil of sharpness. And the guy says, well, this oil will make your weapon cut through anything. It just goes in and out like a knife through butter. I want some swords made with actually this oil imbued into it. It could cut anything.
I'm just gonna kind of think about it a little bit. If you want to move on to somebody else.
Yeah, cool. Anybody else? What do you guys want to do?
I'm still figuring out my emotion.
I'm just doing the apple thing, and every time I walk past Lumi, I just kind of hide it behind me, so I don't scare him.
Do I still see the bow?
You
And
still
the
see the bow. Yeah,
arrows.
he's not hiding the bow and the arrows at all.
Alright, I still kind of like recoil.
Maybe
She
she
must
does.
sense the apple somehow.
Maybe she doesn't like you. You think? Maybe that's it.
Is it me or is it the apples? Don't make me choose. I've actually made a note that Lumi is scared of apples in my notebook, so I will never forget that.
God damn it. I just thought like more weakness questions. I don't know if I would have already found this, if I have to re-research it. Just like, can they detect invisibility? How do they attack? Can you dodge them?
Dodge what?
Their tentacles?
Well, did you do your third research?
No, because I don't know what to roll for. Is there something that would encompass if they can sense invisibility and just like fighting tactics against them, I guess?
They have what is known to be as true sight.
Do I know that from the weakness, or should I roll for this?
You researched Krakens in themselves and you got a 20, I believe.
No,
Was it?
that was for what I can do in seal form, but
Oh,
I
that's
should have
what
already
you do in
known
seal
that,
form.
so...
So 17. Yeah, roll me another one. Let's see how this one rolls and maybe I'll tell you more.
Alright, one sec. Am I adding just Arcana?
You can, no, not Arcana, investigation.
Oh yeah, investigation.
Cool, that's enough. Yeah, you actually do know that they have something that's called freedom of movement. The Kraken ignores any type of difficult terrain, and magical effects cannot reduce its speed. The Kraken is very good at destroying structures, so usually ships do not last too much against them, as they do almost double damage they do to a ship than they do to a human. And you know that the creatures have true sight. This has been tested in the research that you found, that sending a mage that's invisible to attempt to harass a Kraken has ended up in the mage's death because the Kraken could see him.
Does that mean they can also see through fog?
They can see through everything, yes. True sight means that they are not impeded. Their eyes are not impeded by anything.
And did I find any battle techniques? Like, do I know that it'll strike multiple opponents at once?
The creature usually attempts to strike only one opponent at first. He attempts to grab one by one. That's usually how Krakens work. They attempt to grab the most powerful people and consume them far away from the ship itself. Like, they grab them, they go away, and they pick off. They pick off everybody from the ship. If the ship is a threat. If the ship is not a threat, the Kraken just simply sinks it, waits until the ship is down, and then just comes and picks off everybody else and eats them.
Do I know anything about, like, once you're captured, how to break free?
Not really, no.
Cut the tentacles.
Do I know the fate of that wizard that tested invisibility?
He was, the Kraken wanted to try to eat him, failed to hit. The mage attempted to attack it, came out of invisibility, and then one of the tentacles came up behind him, and he was just sprang across the ground a couple of times until his bones and himself was just like a muddy imprint on the ground, and then his body was eaten.
Well, rip in pieces. Guess that's all my research.
Okay, cool. Anybody else want to do anything else?
So, like, if I singled out a feeling, like, would I know where to go with this?
You don't necessarily. You only heard what he said, so you can only work on that.
But like, is my way of working on it just gonna be like? Because it's hard for me to imagine exactly. What did somebody just drop?
No, everybody's here.
Exactly like how I noticed him creating that aura, and
he seemed to concentrate on a point. You saw Yoa kind of all around his body, but it like concentrated and started flaring up on his fist.
Oh, so is this Hunter x Hunter? Is this
combination between Hunter x Hunter and Yu Yu Hakusho?
No, I know. Yeah, I mean, because the thing is she heard that this is potentially a life-threatening thing, but she doesn't necessarily understand what part of it is life-threatening, so she doesn't know if she just starts, like, grunting and focusing glee and delight into her hand, if she's just gonna die or not. Like, like, so, yeah, I have singled out that it's a mixture of glee and delight. But yeah, okay. I guess it's something to think about.
Mm-hmm. To be honest, like honestly, out of game, that was a thing for another session because you rolled a 20. I just gave it to you.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So it's a thing for future.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So all of you guys spend the week doing several different activities. Let's go on and see what happens after the 7 days pass. So 7 days pass, you guys research, you guys rest, you all receive all of your abilities, all of your spells, all of the HP back. Also half of your hit dice rounded up if you used any hit dice beforehand.
So on the last day, I want to like gather the party together. I want to say, all right, well, I spent all this time researching and I have a plan. All right, you guys, let's like go home and leave now. All right.
Oh, well, you see, I came here to, be a part of the temple and things.
Okay. Well, I have another plan then if we have to stay. So, there's like this weakness on the back of the Kraken. So I think what one of us should do, Sarah, is run around really fast and distract it, and then it'll keep trying to like go for her, but she'll be too fast, or I guess it's in water, so maybe it has to be me and I'll be in sea form, but whatever. And then it'll try and spray ink at some point, and then once it sprays the ink, we all fire on the weak spot all at once, and hopefully that only happens once, and then we kill it.
What do you propose we fire?
I'm going to mention wildfire. No one's going to know what it is. I'm going to mention it.
So, fire wildly. Got it.
Well, it has to be like elemental if you're going to use a weapon.
Is wood an element? I can wave this arrow at her.
I don't know, man. I only use magic.
I kind of look at my hammer like, is faith an element?
That's next to sodium, isn't it?
There is such a thing as radiant damage, so you do know
There is.
Yeah.
But is that an element?
It's not an elemental damage, but it's a type of damage.
Okay. Okay, well, that'll work. Yeah, if we have to use elemental weapons, wildfire will do something potentially, but I don't know how to make that happen. That's not my area of expertise.
I'll just beat the shit out of this thing and hope it works.
Yeah!
This elemental?
What?
I mean, no.
So Thordrick goes, well, I was talking to the merchant and perhaps we can get our weapons imbued then. Maybe they would have some kind of wildfire thing as you've spoken about, Sir Percival?
Yeah. You forgot my name.
Skull dude.
Okay, so you guys go on.
Could I get gloves imbued?
Brass knuckles.
I mean, what do you do? Because you're still like talking between yourselves. What do you guys do? Do you go anywhere to try and find this out?
Well, we want to get our shit imbued from
the shop. So you do go to the shop, and because you're talking between yourselves right now, do you go to a shop and attempt to ask?
Well, I think we were just finalizing our plan, but yeah, that would be the next step.
So,
as a kind of, I guess it's kind of out of game. As a paladin, is imbuing weapons in any way considered like?
No, it's not
unlawful?
evil, or no,
Okay.
it's not unlawful. No, it's just
No,
basically.
paladins have magical weapons.
They have magical weapons. I don't know if they could also use like a fire weapon on top of having.
No, it's not. It's not. Like fire weapons are okay. Like magic weapons are okay.
As long as you're not like shoving evil in your sword, like.
No, unless you're something necrotic.
Damage on my hammer.
Yeah.
Unless you're like a dark paladin.
So you go to the shop and he says, "Well, I mean, 50 gold. I can imbue weapons, or I can give you an oil for your weapons that will make them magical for an hour's worth. If you use it on 2 weapons, well, half an hour on each. Besides that, everything else is going to be a lot more expensive, and you need to tell me exactly what you want. If you want fire, that's going to be 75 gold a piece. Still 1 hour on each.
Why is fire so much more expensive than other things?
Well, because the way you make it is that you first need to have a weapon magical before you can imbue it with something. So because your weapons are not magical, you need to use a combination of the tiers of an elemental with the magic oil to make your weapons magical.
And if we have a magical weapon?
If your weapon's already magical, then I can just give you a fire damage potion. Well, or potion of fire breathing, if you're more interested in that. But I haven't tested it out yet. I haven't seen that working yet.
No, I don't think I want the fire breathing. That sounds dangerous. Oh, the potion sounds nice. How much is that?
Yes, and would that be something that we could help you with, perhaps? And, you could give us some kind of deal.
I nudge Percival in the ribs. I'm like, you don't have any lungs. You'll be fine.
And can I put this oil on my hands?
Yeah. She looks at you. I've seen some of the monks.
What?
I've seen some of the monks do the fire oil in their hands. He managed to take the pain, but well, his apprentice, foolishly tried to as well, and his arms were burned off.
Well, do you have a way to like, help me avoid burning my arms off?
You'll have to buy the 75 gold one then.
What is the 75 gold one?
Basically, so mechanically wise, just to explain as this guy's explaining to you, is that the tier of an elemental adds the property of fire to your weapons. But if your weapons are not magical, your weapons are changed to cinders. So you need to first apply an oil of magic, and then that thing. For monks, your monk fists eventually become magical weapons, but not yet, not at this level. In a couple of levels, your weapons, that's why I'm saying the adepts could do it, but the initiates couldn't. Because your fists are not yet magical.
What does he say to my proposal of helping him out with something?
Put it like this, Maggie. I would love to give you a side quest, but we don't have time.
Yeah.
Well, it doesn't mean we have to do it right now.
Yeah,
Let's just say it happened. Yeah.
And we can discover that adventure.
I like hold out 50 rats to him. Done it.
Can we just roll for like completion of quest?
A luck roll.
This guy would definitely have a side quest for you, but again, like we only have 1 hour to do a fight here, so I don't see it happening.
Way to just cockblock me, Chucky.
I'm sorry. You know what? I'll ask you guys to think. So let's go into our last break, and we'll
What
come
does this
back.
shopkeep look like, Chucky?
The shopkeep is a halfling.
Kill him and take all his potions.
I think it's a
I'm gonna
lady.
have to ask you to roll for boyfriend.
I think it's a lady.
Okay, it's a lady and it's a halfling. So let's go to our last break, and we'll come back with the last hour of Where the Dice Roll, and we'll see what happens.
It's a
I
halfling.
think I know where this is going.
See you guys on the other side. Bye. And that's queer.